Well, hello internets. Here we are. We have ourselves a start to another day. Been a few days since I vlogged. Trying to get back into the swing of things. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, if memory serves me correctly, it's been pretty much a week since I picked up the camera. Sometimes that's the way things go, you know. Well, we made her through St. Patrick's Day, got that over and done with. I guess St. Patrick's Day was a busy night out there for our law enforcement officers. A lot of things going on. Well, made her through the first day of spring. However, it doesn't really feel like spring out there. However, it's a lot warmer, well, than what it was, earlier. They are calling for more snow to come rolling in tonight. So, it's going to be a little bit before the warmer weather sets in. But could be a later spring this year. But I guess at the same time, the farmers need the moisture, right? With the oil being down the way it is, having a crop issue on top of that would be compounding the larger problem that's going on. Well, as for me, of course, been just keeping on, surviving, taking care of myself, kind of, and trying to get things back on track. Sometimes things don't quite go the way you want them to, so you have to kind of make do with, what you have, right? And kind of is what it is. Well, if I can motivate myself, today I want to make a run out. I should go check the post office box. And while I'm out, I need to pick up some coffee creamer so I could have my morning coffee. But all that can wait for another day if it doesn't quite work out. Sometimes you push yourself too hard and you gotta shut down, and if you pull back too early, then you have larger issues. And I'm at the tail end of a shutdown for a week, and if I come back too early, then I could be down for another week. But it is what it is, kind of another day in the books. Another, warmer day. We're going to enjoy the +1, +2 temperatures while they last, because it's supposed to drop down a bit while she's snowing. And of course, with the snow being around, it's going to be a little chilly for the next few days. But you know how they say, you get through March here into April, and then, things start to warm up from there. So, gonna go inside, see what's the what, and around we roll. Well, hello internets. Here we are. Little bit of a afternoon update. Well, of course, the snow they were forecasting came rolling on through. And, made quite a bit of mess of everything. I decided not to venture on out. Mainly, obviously, because of all the shenanigans out on the road. When people forget how to drive, you get a little bit of snow, and all chaos breaks loose, right? And of course, a little bit protective, of course, of the new truck, and don't want to scratch it yet anyway. And so you kind of just tend to stay close to home. We had blowing snow, high winds. Road conditions were, they're advising people actually to stay off the roads because they're still not the way they need to be. Everything is kind of messed up right now. When we're in the spring of the year, our wonderful city tends to convert the snowplows back to dump trucks. And then we get snows like this, and there's not enough plows to keep up with the demand, because they've all been converted back to dump trucks. And it's like, wouldn't you think you'd leave a little bit later, the frost is not even out of the ground, so what do you need dump trucks for, you know? However, they do this every year, and then they don't plow nothing. With the melt and refreeze that's been going on for the last couple of weeks, the snow has turned to slush, which then ends up turning to ice, and it actually becomes, I like to use the term harder than concrete, and it'll actually tear up your car, your underside of your car, you know, your rubber bumpers and all the plastic pieces underneath. It'll rip them right off. I've seen that myself. But, you know, it's not their vehicle, so they don't really seem to care. So I just stayed home today. I didn't really go out, didn't venture out, didn't go any shopping or nothing. I figured, you know, that can be done tomorrow or, well, next week. It's just kind of one of them things. But one of the good things is we got one day closer to spring. One more day that we don't have to put up with the cold. And then everything works out fine. But pretty much, guys, gonna go inside and do what needs to get done. And we'll probably see y'all later. Well, hello internets. Here we are. We come to the end of another day. Well, we have ourselves a bit of a stormy day, but I guess it was a good day. It was kind of one of them days that, well, do come about and do happen in this time of year, you know, with the spring of the year. We end up with storms before it breaks finally, and well, spring is here. I guess highway conditions are still pretty rough. They're advising people to stay off them, not to be on them, because, well, they are icy. And even roadways around the city here are pretty rough as well. With the melt that was going on, and then of course the refreeze, and then the snow, which kind of came at a melting freezing point, and then everything kind of became even more slipperier than it was already. People that have front-wheel drive cars are having big trouble, and people with two-wheel drive vehicles that aren't good in snow or have bad tires are having trouble as well. They're getting stuck all over the place. I remember those days back when I had my two-wheel drive S10s and stuff. They were all issues in the snow, and you had to compensate with tires and wait in the truck and learn how to drive, and it was a pain because you get stuck and motors would roar, tires would spin, you know, you could sink right up to the diff, and you'd call one more friend to, you know, go get their truck, right? Well, you know, when you get a little older, you get sick of pushing and shoveling and all that good stuff, so you invest in a 4x4, and really, you drive around in two-wheel drive most of the time anyways, until you get stuck, and then you drop it into 4, and then it pulls you out. So of course, the day for me was a good day. Decided not to venture out into the storm. I figured it was a lot safer to stay here than to go out with all the crazies. Tomorrow, or maybe next week, we'll do the big run out. Pay some bills, all that stuff. Been kicking around an idea once again of placing some more classified ads and seeing where it goes. With the economy the way it is, there won't be much for takers of items for a reasonable price. Like I said there a couple of years ago, when you're selling things of value, everybody wants it for $100 because they know you need to sell it, and those that are in the business for resale, you know, will buy it for $100 and then, you know, sell it for $400 because they know it's a $1,000 saw, you know. It's just the way it is, right? You know, how much stuff do you hang on to with the risk of other problems? Or do you sell it at a loss and then in a year or two have to go pay full price once again for everything you just sold for pennies on the dollar, if you want to say. I don't know quite direction what to go there, but I guess it is what it is. But pretty much gonna end her all here. Today was a good one, tomorrow's another one, and around we go. Remember, we do have a post office box for all your fan mail needs, and the social media link. All those are down in the description. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.